from the KATC Weatherland, here's Rob's forecast.
Welcome back. Well, as expected, scattered showers and storms moving through the area late this afternoon, and some much needed rains in spots, others not getting a whole lot. Hey, but we'll take what we can get, and any day that we're below 95 has been a bonus this summer, and we haven't had too many of those. Today we probably got up to about 92 or 93 degrees. So let's take a look at the pattern here. We have a little bit of a frontal trough in the area and a disturbance moving on through. This frontal trough is going to push down into the Gulf of Mexico, but there's not a whole lot in the way of push of high pressure off to the north of us. So this is going to be sticking around for another day, and we do expect another disturbance to spark off showers and storms once again for tomorrow afternoon. As we look at the regional Doppler radars, it's pretty busy across much of South Louisiana. We get into southeast Texas, severe thunderstorm warnings for these cells over here in southeast Texas. A lot of cloud to ground lightning. Not expecting any severe weather here locally, but we are getting a pretty good soaking mainly across Acadia, Vermilion, Lafayette, Upper St. Martin Parish, and Vermilion Parish late this afternoon. And activity generally moving from west to east. Notice we haven't seen a whole lot in the way of change in structure of the showers and storms, other than activity kind of firing up a little bit more so as you get a little bit more juice out in the basin with thunderstorms picking up in intensity across the Atchafalaya Swamp. Some pretty heavy downpours, though. Iota down to about Morse. Crowley, you're going to get another good downpour on the way. Esterwood, it's going to be pouring shortly as well. Vermilion Parish, some good scattering of activity. Forked Island, Kaplan seeing light rain. Abbeville light rain right now, but a little bit more moderate rains over toward the Maurice area. And we get into downtown Lafayette. We're seeing most of the heavier activity on the south side of town, but this is not too terribly heavy. This is Johnston Street. Here's Ambassador Caffrey, and then we have activity through the Broussard area. Youngsville seeing some sprinkles, but there'll be more activity on the way. And then the big heavier downpours just about east of where everybody lives, but the Lauraville Highway wet, Catahoula getting wet as well. St. Martinville dry right now, but a few more showers up toward the Parks area, south of Breaux Bridge and Henderson. Light rains right now. But bottom line, we have some nice rains across the area. You can see how the storms have been firing up on the enhanced satellite imagery in that one cell here by southeast Texas, showing some better growth, but that's going to be pushing, it looks like, mainly toward the Gulf of Mexico. But we'll watch this activity throughout the afternoon. Rest of the tropics still looking kind of busy with two hurricanes, but Cat 1, Cat 2 now, and the future of the next depression, and it could become Tropical Storm Nigel with time. Let's kind of zoom in on that area, and again, a disorganized area of showers and storms, but we think that's going to develop with time. We have Margot up here, Category 1, just spinning around, and then we have Lee, and look at the outflow on Lee. Dips down almost to the equatorial region and then gets drawn up into part of the circulation associated with Margot. Now Lee, a mature hurricane, has weakened a little bit, but it's got a huge wind field, and this is the way it's going to play out in the days ahead. Category 2 storm now. Don't think we're going to see much more strengthening. 105-mile-per-hour winds, beginning to move a little bit more quickly. Pressure still pretty low, though. It will turn to the north and accelerate a little bit, going by Bermuda. Now, want to point this out. Here's the cone, but notice the winds outside of the cone. Tropical storm force winds expected in Bermuda. A tropical storm warning in effect there. And then this storm is going to be heading toward perhaps Maine or the Canadian Maritimes. Maybe not quite as a hurricane, but more than likely very close to a hurricane. So tropical storm watches have been issued from just about the Montauk all the way up through Maine, with hurricane watches for the good part of the coast of Maine. So you can see at least tropical storm conditions will be likely. Still a Category 1 hurricane, perhaps at landfall, but it's going to be transitioning away from a tropical system. But nonetheless, it's going to have some impacts in the U.S. And it's not often you see hurricane watches for Maine well before you see them for Louisiana in any given year. And hopefully we don't see any around here. So showers diminishing this evening. It quiets down overnight tonight. Temperatures low to mid 70s. Tomorrow we'll see partly to mostly cloudy skies. Watch the temperatures. We may not hit 90 tomorrow. Depends on when showers come in. Again, not as widespread as today, but We'll go with a 40% chance of rain, and of course we adjust those numbers as new model data comes in throughout the evening. And then as we head into Friday, rain chances dropping down. We should still push toward 90 degrees with fewer showers. As for rainfall, next couple of days, not a whole lot. You can see some areas getting some, the rest of us a quarter inch or less, but that was the forecast for today, and we're going to catch a little bit more than that in spots. So we're thankful for what we get. Temperatures tonight, lower 70s, upper 60s up toward Ville Platte. Upper 80s to near 90. We could break that streak of consecutive 90-degree days, then back down into the low to mid 70s tomorrow night, and we'll favor upper 80s to lower 90s, probably lower 90s for your Friday. So showers and storms tapering early this evening, lingering clouds for a good part of the night. We'll go 72 the low with rain chances dropping down eventually. Then tomorrow, partly to mostly cloudy, not as hot. We'll go 90 for the high, but some showers possible later in the day, perhaps a rumble of thunder as well. As we move into the 10-day forecast, we'll see rain chances dipping down. Our next frontal push comes in Saturday, but not much of a cool front, but we will get our lows back down into the mid to upper 60s, so that's going to be nice. And lots of late summer weather, and right at the end of the 10-day forecast is the actual fall equinox. Mother Nature, though, however, not cooperating.
Not cooperating yet. No fronts just yet.
At least there are a couple 60s on there.
Yeah, you know, it's slowly getting.
It'll be worth the wait for sure.
Exactly.
Thanks, Rob.